Hi, this is Josh from Shamma Sandals, and today we are going to review some gear. The gear that I brought to review today is the Merrell Vapor Glove. Now, the Merrell Vapor Glove is what I would consider the follow-up to probably my favorite minimalist shoe of all time, which was, or at least Merrell minimalist shoe of all time, which was the trail glove. Now, I've owned 2 or 3 pairs of the trail gloves. I wore them everywhere. I did tons of running in them, especially when I first started in the minimalist world. And they were a great shoe. Not only were they great for the trail, but I used them for work. And my shoes, I used to do construction, and my trail gloves were just blown out. Now the sole was still okay, but the tops were just, some parts melted from sparks from cutting rebar and all kinds of stuff, epoxy on them, all that kind of good stuff. Anyways, I loved them. Now, over the years, Merrell seems to be backing away from the minimalist thing more and more, and if you look at the current trail glove, I haven't seen maybe 2020s, but at least 2019, they were getting really thick. They had become a very stiff, built-up shoe. Minimalist side of things is really important to me. I couldn't buy them. I wouldn't support them. So they came out with this shoe, which I think is the sort of the spiritual successor, and I think they're actually pretty cool. So the things that I really like about the Vapor Glove, they have a 4mm sole. That's everything really. That's the actual sole, like the rubber where it's going to meet the road, and the cushioning on the inside. It's really thin. These are very thin sandals. The next thing is really cool about the soling material that they use is much like a car tire. It's got siping. So these are grooves inside of the rubber, and what it means is not only will it wick the water away really well, these are very flexible. Look at that. You can just do whatever you want, easily manipulated. And so as somebody that really cares and is concerned about the shoes being minimal, this means that these shoes aren't really trying to correct your foot. They're trying to complement them. They're trying to give your foot something that it doesn't have, which is a little bit of protection that moves with the foot. All right, so then the next thing is there is a really, really nice and wide toe box. Now I've got a big old foot, and these almost look like clown shoes. So I have a size 13.5 or 14. So they're pretty big. The toe box is nice and wide, a lot of space, so I never felt like my feet were crammed into the shoes, so my toes could splay. One more thing that I really liked about these shoes is that when your foot is inside here, all the stitching, everything, the fabric that they're using on the inside, you really can't feel any of the stitches, so they're very, very comfortable on your foot. Those are a lot of the positives. Let me go through a couple of the negatives. I don't have that many negatives. The big negative I have when I think about it, I'll start with the color. I don't know, if you're trying to make a splash, these are awesome. If you're trying to be a little more subdued, you might want to go with the black ones, and they're a little better, but they're still, kind of an exciting look, we'll call it. The next thing is, these are going to be tough on a gravel road. I'm going to be honest with you. The old trail glove was a very tough sandal. Unless you really landed on a big chunk of gravel or a big root, there was a lot of protection. I thought it was a great balance. The lugs were a little deeper. You had a little more traction on the trail. These things are pretty smooth. This is much more of a hard compound like concrete or asphalt, something refined, light trails. These will be great. Not going to be as good on tougher surfaces, especially gravel. And then finally, too vapory, shall I say, almost a little on the thin side where you're like, I don't even know if I have anything on. That can be good or bad. With the trail glove, I felt like I had something real around my foot, but not too much. Very similar, very comparable to the trail glove, just a little more for refined surfaces, and not maybe up totally to the task of the trail. Anyways, so that's what I think of the Vapor Glove. I think these are a great sandal. These are a great shoe. and actually a great buy, especially if you're interested in a really capable, truly minimalist shoe that you can wear around town and do some running in them. See you next time when we review some more gear. Happy trails. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe to our channel for more weekly content. And make sure to click the bell so that you'll be notified every time we post something new.